Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down.
Chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great. But you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
Back to the well again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That is your old-school meat-and-potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Throwing now, Milton. Forced out to his right. It is cut left side. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Milton to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
They send the tight end in motion left. To the air, 3rd and long. Ooh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets them what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be Texans football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And a stunning loss there, Brock. He ends up in his own end zone. That is a wild safety. Well, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, partner. The first time they touch the ball, somehow it ends up as a safety.
Somehow, some way. How about we just call it unfortunate for one side? But I tell you what, if we get a safety on the first touch of this game, I can't wait to see what we're in store for today.
Nice positivity there.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
First carry here for Tony Pollard. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Christian Harris on the stop.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Going ground game again here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He gets him halfway there with a 3-yard gain. They'll need 3 more on 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Throwing now, off play action. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And he's out the clear. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, might have been their last shot at 6 on this drive, and now we know it certainly is because of the interception.
Yeah, you don't want to be left with that tough choice. Do you go for it or you take the chip shot field goal? So once again, this offense is aggressive and tries to force the throw in the end zone. That's one he wanted back the moment it came off his fingertips.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and throw it here. He's got it. Touchdown, Houston. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. They will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. This return makes it up to the 25. This, our last play of the quarter. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. 7-2 our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at 2nd and 3. They bring their tight end left. 2nd and 3. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
From the gun on 3rd down. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. He's on the move. He slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for Raiders first. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They give it to him again. And this one's going to come to a stop down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. Brock Bowers the touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 37. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll throw on first. Finds him over the middle. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 47. Buys time, rolling right. Now he takes it. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Brought in close to the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. From the red zone now. Rolling left. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a second quarter lead. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans jump in front now by 5. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. And this is a huge loss on the play. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Raiders with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Milton has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, And a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Third and long for him here. Connecting on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hand off to the back. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. You look pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Throwing off the play fake here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing from the gun. Short pass brought in. And that will not be enough for a first down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Throwing now, Milton. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to... holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
It is cut left side. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw now. Complete. It's Weaver. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He's dropping back to throw. Caught by the open man. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans will add to their lead at the end of the half. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans push the lead up to 12. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Houston calls it second timeout. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down. Back to throw it. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. He gets it away now from his own end zone. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Chased out to his right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Connects on the crosser. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Throw on third down. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Setting up a throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And the Texans going nickel coverage, 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Milton back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And they bring him down around the 34. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Here's the handoff. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Give now to the running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set...
Touchdown! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's got the hook up to Weaver. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. His running back hauls it in deep right. It's a pickup of 26. And the Texans are going to have the 1st down. Working inside the red zone. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they face 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Still sticking with the passing game. Throw left side, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Complete out to the right. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This 32 yards out. It's on the right hash.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Right up the gut. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. Second and 3 now. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Running this one left. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. To throw, Milton. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Texans take over on his 5th interception of the season. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. This is hauled in by Weaver. And they stop him. He's marked down around that 18-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop stop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Trying again, following the set. Finds him on the slant. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
He'll throw it. They did it. He made the interception. And the Raiders have some new life in the fourth. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Back to the well again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. First and 10 from the 41. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Second and 13. That's taken in by Wangu. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And this is going to be incomplete. Great-looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got fourth down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking to throw. Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans up by 8. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the Houston touchdown. The Texans have a commanding 14-point lead now in the fourth. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans lead by 15 now. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Back to throw. Here's Milton. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Free play here. Let's see what he does. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Well, they saw someone jump. They took their shot deep. Didn't get the connection, but they got the call. A free 5 yards coming with them. All right, here we go. Second down. Now Milton to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets them up with a third down.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
They've got a man in motion. Brought in right side. He's out in the clear. There he goes, right sideline. And he's in for the big play touchdown. Oh, Brock, but there it is. Back down the field, we've got a flag, and I don't think this is going to count. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Throwing now. Hits him on the in route. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Desperation time here on fourth. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They're out and set, first and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans have likely locked up the win right there. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans grow the lead now to 22 points. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Declines the touchback, Brock, and they make him pay in a big way. He's tackled before he can get to the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Milton. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Throwing now, Milton. Flush down out to his left. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Milton now. He has the touchdown. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock. And independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place. But 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
They'll time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And the Texans get on this kick, and that should do it for this game. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. So it's a win for the Texans. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.